Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's not often that you're greeted with M&Ms when you come into worship. But as you can see, today is not an ordinary day. Sunday, our kickoff for our children is fast approaching tomorrow. And we continue to focus in our part 3 of the games we play within our relationships. And boy, it's been interesting. I've known you for quite some time now. I know your relationships well, and you know mine. And so when we stand together with a cup of coffee in hands, we don't really let back. We talk about it. We support one another. And we realize when games are played, you know, our font has been moved out, but it usually sits right here. We now have a kiddie pool up front. So we'll do some full immersion baptisms later on today. But we start at the font for a very good reason. It frees us from the games that people play. We don't have to play them. The one game we play collectively together is the foundation. It's supported by word and sacrament, and it's the game of freedom. Because the game that requires a loser is a game that nobody wins. And of course, I've watched the Olympics. I watched the opening ceremony. Interesting, right? And it went on and on. But of course, I'm a big fan of France and the city of Paris, of Paris, and to walk through the history of the Olympics. And there's a lot of talk about, oh, the world's so polarized and divided. But in those games, boy, internationalism, the spirit of sport has been really fun to watch. And of course, with my kids cheering USA on and on after game. We're going to focus up a little bit about the comparison game, when we allow envy to motivate our actions. Some of you I've talked at length about. When we moved back to Duluth, we've lived here about 16, 17 years on and off with a stint in Nashville. I've always wanted a boat. Do you know how much boats cost? And I start at a very affordable amount of money, price, and then you start looking at other people's boats and what they have, and all of a sudden, it increases and balloons to something that I never dreamt in a million years I would spend on anything. Maybe a house, but not a boat. When we start to let that envy creep in and we play that game, it can cost us more than what we expect. So we begin with water at this spot.